So for tuning into John Michael's Adventures, brought to you by the power of distilled water. The detoxifying properties of distilled water will keep you healthy. If you actually drink water plugged up with contaminants, you're not going to have the unbelievable, the detoxifying properties of distilled water. I got myself a distiller right here, and it's full of pure water, so the steam actually goes up, and it gets caught, and it drips pure water, so it takes out all the terrible toxins in your water. So don't actually ever drink your tap water, especially if you're in a city or something like that. You don't want to drink the fluoride that's in there. Part 2 of the secret Illuminati trannies. Thanks all for tuning into John Michael's Adventures. Click like, subscribe, all this stuff. Kathie Lee Gifford. Kathie Lee Gifford is a gross, disgusting tranny from hell. You got people like Kate Middleton, Kate Winslet, Kate Mara, Kate Hudson, Kate Bush, Katharine Hepburn, Catherine Ross. The list is actually down below. Katy Perry is a gross, disgusting, tranny freak. Kesha, or whatever. Keanu Reeves from The Matrix. So The Matrix. Also the Wachowski brothers from The Matrix are trannies. They're actually trannies. They weren't happy with being a man. So in their late 40s, they actually trannied themselves to become freaks. So Kiefer Sutherland, we're in the K's now if you want to follow along in the list. The list is in the description box below. Kelly Ripa, Kelsey Grammer, Keenan Thompson, Ken Bloom, Ken Curtis, Kevin Bacon, Kevin Costner, Kevin Hart, Kevin James, Kevin Spacey, Kid Rock. Kid Rock is a tranny. It's made up stuff on the list. I don't know. Kourtney Kardashian. All the Kardashians are trannies. Like butt implants and stuff like that. Just really weird. Facial reconstruct. Like, what's wrong with the body that God gave you? Of course, they're satanic and they're freaks. Kristen Stewart, Kristen Davis, Kurt Russell, Kyle Jenner. Kyle Jenner is a tranny. Lady Gaga, and that leads me to Lady Liberty. So the Statue of Liberty holds this weird thing. It's a torch or something like that. Actually, look at the face. It's a tranny. Lady Liberty is a tranny. I did see actually now. It's insane. This movie is insane. I don't know why I'm making this video so stupid. This is a stupid video, but we have to learn this information to make sure that we're not taking any information from trannies. Like Justin Trudeau's, oh yeah, we need to gender equality and abortions. So you're actually going to make a 180-degree turn against what he's saying and never give money to the Roman Catholic Church or the government of Canada or Hollywood. Don't give any of your money to those freaks. Lance Bass, Lance Armstrong, Lance Henriksen, Larry King, CNN tranny. You got people like that Rachel Maddow or whatever her name is, and Anderson Cooper is a female. Laura Bush, First Lady Boy of the United States. Lena Odin, Lennox Lewis, Lenny Kravitz, Leonardo DiCaprio, famous Titanic tranny. Titanic and a beach tranny. I actually watched The Beach a few times and I thought, oh, that's a cool movie or whatever because I like the adventure part of it, but I didn't know that it was a tranny. If I would have known it was a tranny, I wouldn't even watch the movie in the first place. Lex Barker is a tranny. Lisa Marie Presley, Liza Minnelli, LL Cool J, tranny. Lorna Green, Lewis, LL Cool J. Did I say that? Louis Fletcher. Madonna. Madonna is a gross tranny freak from the 80s. You don't actually want to get caught listening to Madonna. So we got this very important thing that I don't really want to talk about is the Marilyn Monroe and Marilyn Manson thing. So this Marilyn Monroe is a tranny freak. Charles Manson is a tranny freak. So it makes this obscenely disgusting person, Marilyn Manson, making terrible music and stuff like that, and also putting out pure blasphemy, pure Satanism out in the unsuspecting masses. I think it's just rock and roll and stuff like that. It's very easy to see that this person is but to be a tranny makes it even more satanic. So these people are just the hell belongs for these people. So actually, this person, Marilyn Manson, I remember when I was young, I was always very fearful of the content that it would put out and stuff like that because I would see it and it would traumatize me. Like, it would actually traumatize me. But now that I'm older, I just see it and it's like no different than what the Roman Catholic Church puts out. It's actually the Roman Catholic Church puts out even worse stuff than what Marilyn Manson puts out. Yeah, you got filth and stuff like that. But the heresy that the Roman Catholic Pope and all those goons, bishops and cardinals and things like that put out is even worse. So Marilyn Manson, definitely thumbs down for that freak. Marilyn Monroe, the original tranny freak, thumbs down. Thumbs up for John Williams Adventures. Thanks all for tuning in. See you guys. Right now, I'm actually not going anywhere. I thought I was going. I just thought I was going to end the video. Matthew McConaughey is a tranny freak. So my favorite movie growing up was actually Contact, because the person, which is Jodie Foster, which is a man. If I would have known that, I wouldn't watch the movie. Goes and sees her dad in the heliocentric universe. Thumbs down for heliocentrism. Heliocentric theory is from the Jesuits, so you don't actually want to believe in a world that's moving at 1,200 miles an hour or whatever. And, it's a curve that you can never see. It's a movement that you can never feel, and it's a magical force called gravity, and that makes you have to pay the government and stuff like that. So if you believe in heliocentric, you're most likely giving your income taxes to the government, and there's no problem. No, you're not. Just, I'll pay my income taxes, I'll pay my traveling taxes, and I'll pay my taxes on my house, and all the taxes go to the government as soon as you believe in their naughty religious doctrine called heliocentrism. It's insane. Matt Groening from The Simpsons, a well-known tranny. Actually not well-known. I just learned about that right now. So The Simpsons are a Freemasonic show. There are a lot of Freemasonic things. But Melania Trump, Melanie Griffin, Meg Ryan, Megyn Kelly, all trannies, all part of this tranny occult thing. It's just insane. So in the Michaels, you got Michael Biehn, Michael Caine, Michael Douglas, Michael Emerson, Michael Jackson, Michael Keaton, Michael Landon, Michael Palin, Michael Parre, whatever this guy's name is, Michael Phelps, Michael Rennie, Michael York, Michelle Obama, Michelle Pfeiffer, Michelle Phillips, Michelle Rodriguez, Michelle Williams, Mickey Mantle, Mickey Rooney, all trannies, Mike Tyson is a well-known boxing tranny. Mike Connors, Mike Farrell, Mike Henry, Mike Myers is a female, Miley Cyrus, Mimi Rogers, Myra Furlan. I'm not sure who all these trannies are, but this list is actually saying that the Mona Lisa is a tranny. So the Mona Lisa, the most expensive painting in history by this Leonardo da Vinci person, might have been a tranny too. I'm not sure. I have to do your investigation on Leonardo da Vinci, but it would be so much easier. Muhammad Ali's actually tranny. If we could just have these people's X-ray, from the doctor, and the doctor's opinion saying that this person is its correct gender, because we do have people like Nev Campbell and stuff like that, and Nicolas Cage in bathing suits, so you actually see the body structure, and we see that it's a tranny. So the first, and that's not conclusive proof, I admit, but we need to have, for evidence purposes, I would argue that you need the doctor's opinion and a full X-ray of their facial features and their hip structures and stuff like that. But you see the long, wide shoulders of a man on these women and stuff like that. They're actually not women at all. They're just trannies. Nicole Kidman is a tranny. Nicole Simpson. This whole O.J. Simpson trial, this whole Jodi Arias trial, and all this stuff. These are, Brett Kavanaugh trial. These are all psyops to make you believe in heliocentrism. Neil deGrasse Tyson is the number one front runner priest of this heliocentric cult, tranny freak called Freemasonic Illuminati, whatever you want to call it. Get right with God. Read the New Testament. Read it for yourself. Don't trust me to tell you what it says, because I could be lying to you. I don't want to make sure that I'm not lying to you, like this guy was saying that I was lying for talking about the pre-tribulation rapture. The catching away, like God's not going to pour out his wrath on the body of Christ. I tried to tell him that, but then he said, you're not going to learn anything from reading the Bible. So Oscar Isaac and Oscar Wilde. I'm glad I don't see Oscar Peterson on this list. Oscar Peterson is actually a cool piano player, so I don't actually see Oscar Peterson on this list. So that's good. That's very, very good. Patricia Neal, Patricia Heaton, Patricia Arquette, Patrick Swayze, Patrick Stewart, Patrick Duffy, Patrick Warburton, Paula Abdul. We got all these trannies here on the list. Peggy, I don't see Peggy Lee, Peggy Fleming, Fleming Lipton, Perry Gilpin, Peter Cook, you got a lot of Peters here. So all these Peters are female. So remember, when I say Peter, I mean a female Peter. Peter Breck, Peter Cook, Peter Cushing, Peter Dinklage, Peter Falk, Peter Finch, Peter Fonda, Peter Lawford, Peter Laura, Peter Lynn Hayes, Peter Max, Peter O'Toole. You guys can read the list. Phil Hartman is a tranny. Pink is definitely a tranny, pushing the tranny agenda. Prince, pushing the tranny agenda. Queen Elizabeth, Queen Latifah, Queen Victoria, Queen Mother, all these Queen of Spain and stuff like that. Any royalty, you're going to have some trannies. You're going to have trannies like Prince Charles, Prince William, Prince Harry. You got Meghan Markle is definitely a tranny, sporting a new moon bump, which is a fake pregnant belly. That male person, Meghan Markle, is not capable of bearing children at all. So a lot of Richards. So all these Richards are female, as you know. So Richard Simmons, Richard Long, Richard Keel, Richard Jordan, Richard Hatch, Richard Harris, Richard Ebert, Richard Denning, Richard Dean Anderson, Richard Dawson. You know, all these people. Rihanna, of course, is a tranny. We're in the R's. Robert, a lot of Roberts here. You got Robert Alda, Robert Culp, Robert Cummings, Robert De Niro, Robert Downey Jr., all these people that, Robert Preston, Robert Redford, Robert Reed, Robin Williams, definitely a tranny, definitely a Illuminati secret tranny. They're transgender. So these people are actually born a different gender than they're portraying themselves to be, and they are getting off on the fact that we don't recognize, like the whole pornography industry. That is so incredibly satanic and disgusting. It scars, mental scars that will never heal. These women on porn are actually men. So none of these real women actually want to do the stuff that women do on porn, because these women aren't women at all. They're porn stars, porn freaks having sex with other porn freaks. So the men are actually used to be women. It's real. This is true. This is real. So if you're actually watching this, thanks a lot for tuning in. Thumbs up, subscribe to John Mike's Adventures. We are in part 2, almost done part 2 of the secret Illuminati tranny list. Sandra Bullock, Sarah Jessica Parker, Sarah Silverman, Sarah Paulson, Savannah Guthrie, Scott Hamilton, Selena Gomez, of course, is a disgusting tranny. I think it was going out with Justin Bieber. They're always going out with trannies. Snoop Dogg, you have trannies always, it's like Snoop Dogg music and stuff like that. It's just stupid tranny. Snooki's definitely, shout out to the most obvious tranny in the world. Stephen King. Stephen Hawking is a Illuminati tranny priest, that he's pushing a heliocentric doctrine, and if you actually research in what he's saying about black holes, it's just a bunch of fraud, just a bunch of heresy actually is what it is. Blasphemous heresy. Suzanne Somers, Tab Hunter, Tammy Faye Baker. Not sure who all these people are. Terry Hatcher, Terry Polo, Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods is a sport tranny celebrity. People who really play that good golf. Uma Thurman is a well-known tranny. We're almost at the end. Victoria Beckham, of course, made the list. Vanilla Ice, Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer made a movie about Jim Morrison, which they're both trannies, so that's good. Remain trannies. They're all trannies, and they're going to where the fallen angels go, to the pits of hell, and like people like Trey Parker, Vin Diesel, Vanilla Ice, Van Heflin, Vanessa Williams, Venus and Serena Williams, or whatever. They're all tranny freaks. Wayne Gretzky made the list. Poor Canada. Canada, really. Wayne brothers are trannies. Zac Efron. You got the list down in the description box below. But thanks a lot for tuning in. Brought to you by the power of distilled water. John Michael's Adventures, reminding you that don't ever watch TV. Don't even watch it. Like, you don't sell it to another guy, so he's gonna have his brain rotting when he's watching that filth. Shoot your TV. Shoot your TV with a gun. Make sure you have a lot of guns to protect yourself from the government. The government is extremely evil. I don't actually have any guns because I'm not organized, because the government actually ruined my life. Just advising everybody to make sure you're armed against the government, because the government is armed against you, and they will not cease using force to extort your money and to push this whole tranny thing. They're actually tranny freaks. Justin Trudeau is a tranny. It's not a legitimate government. Canada is not a legitimate government. The UNS government is a tranny freak. They're not legitimate at all. Thanks a lot for tuning in.